In this session, we're going to do a simple trade-in, and we're going to use tires as an example. This could be used for any type of item you want to trade in on a job, okay? So the one thing you want to be clear about here is, again, we're just trading in something on a particular work order, and we're going to take that item and put it in the inventory. So we want to make sure we have a true cost on it. So when we put it in inventory, we know when we sell it, if we're making money or not on it. The one thing you don't want to do here is confuse this with doing, say, vehicle sales, where you sell a vehicle, trade in another vehicle, put it in the inventory, do repairs on it, and track all that, and then go to sell it. This has nothing to do with that. If you want to do that, then you need to go look at the whole goods on vehicle sales and how to track them. So before we get started, what we're going to do is we're going to use tires as an example, and I'm going to go up to contacts. So what I do want to have in here before I even start doing this is a supplier for this, because we do need to receive these items that we're taking in trade. So I have one in my system called Tire Trade-In. So what I'm going to do is go edit, show you how to set it up. Yeah, I just gave it a name, went to details, go to supplier, change settings, and I just made it a part supplier. That's all it is. Click on OK. Typically, it's going to prompt you to go ahead and make a payable. So you do want to make a payable account for it. So you will need this so you can process the supplier invoice. And then here, I just made it COD. Okay, so we'll go over to a work order. So here I have a work order where I'm selling a customer 4 tires, but we're going to trade in 4 tires. So all I'm going to do is just click on the line, right click. I'm going to add a material line here. And I'm going to receive the trade-in. Put a little description. I could put in a little something like, hey, what type of a tire it is, something like that. I can make a part number. I usually put a T on the end so I know it's a trade. Who is my supplier? So my supplier is going to be the tire trade-in. Invoice number, supplier invoice number. I always use the work order number. That way I have a way to backtrack it in case there's a question. And we're going to do 4 tires. So where you really struggle with this is in this cost per unit, I cannot put a negative. So since it won't allow me to do that, what I have to do is just put a total in. So let's say I'm giving him $25 per tire, so that's a total of $100. So that's going to be a negative $100. No pricing. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Yes. Now my total, negative 100. It's going to be $25 per unit. So I click on OK, and now I have my trade-in. So let's go close out the sale. We're going to post it off, and we're going to see how this follows through completely into the system. So we're going to post this off. Take our payment here. And now that's done. So what's going to happen in the background? Well, first of all, underneath purchases, I'm going to have a supplier invoice here. And we're going to go look for it. I think it's what, 466. So it's going to show my tire trade-in at a negative $100. So the next step is going to be putting it in the inventory. So I'm going to go over to my utilities, go to inventory, And I'm going to go add those 4 tires. Put under tires and wheels. You can put a little definition if you want. Put in the part number, little description. It's a general, whatever you want to put in. So now I have the part number in the inventory. As a matter of fact, I can put the size in or whatever here. Save it. Now I'm going to go receive those 4 tires. So I'm going to edit and do a receive. So I'm getting 4 tires for a total of $100 from my tire trade-in supplier. And my invoice for 666, same invoice number as I did on the work order. Then I go to pricing, go set my margins. Maybe I'll make 40% on these, and I hit save. So now I have them in stock in inventory, and this also keeps my inventory asset value accurate. Now, what's going to happen here? Let's do a reset here, and we're going to look for that invoice. There it is. Double click it. So now I have a total wash. It's a $0 ticket. I have my trade where I took it in. I post it to the payable. It's actually a done deal. And that's how to do a simple trade-in. You can do it with tires. You could do it with anything you want that way. And keep your inventory accurate.